My goodness, lots to talk about on this record at number 6 on my fantasy playlist. Learned some pretty interesting tidbits that kind of blew me away about this record. Jermaine and Michael Jackson together. Tell me I'm not dreaming at number 6 on my fantasy playlist, June 4th, 1984. I'd completely forgot about this. This song did not appear on Billboard's Hot 100. It was not released as a single per se. It was the B side to Jermaine Jackson's "Do What," I think it's called "Do What." Yeah, "Do What You Do." That was the hit. That one went to number one on the adult contemporary charts, top 20, I believe, on Billboard's Hot 100. And this was, I forgot that this song was the B side. And here's the reason for it, for it not being released as a single per se. Michael Jackson was on the Epic record label in 1984. Jermaine Jackson was on a different record label, Arista. Thus, you had these legal contractual difficulties or issues, between these two different record labels, and on this single, "Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming" about Jermaine and Michael Jackson at number 6. Jermaine Jackson was kind of the odd man out. Now let's go back to the 70s real quick. Jermaine Jackson, you might remember, he had a hit. 1973, pretty big one for him too. He covered Shep and the Limelights, Daddy's Home. That's right, Shep and the Limelights. That kind of a doo-wop classic back from 1961. Jermaine Jackson did a nice version of that, 1973. Now, Jermaine Jackson, he married. Now, this was on the Motown label. He married Berry Gordy's daughter. Berry Gordy, the head man of Motown, Jermaine Jackson married his daughter, Hazel. Hazel Gordy. Married her, forgot the year. I think it's in the early 70s sometime. He later divorced her, though, later on in the 80s, Jermaine Jackson. Now, the Jacksons, the rest of the Jackson family, they migrated to the Epic record label in 1976. But Jermaine Jackson, he stayed on Motown. Didn't want to piss off his father-in-law. I mean, you don't want to you don't want to cross Berry Gordy. That was probably one of the reasons. I'm sure there were other reasons too, but he decided to stay at the Motown record label at least until the early '80s, until he moved to the Arista record label. So now we covered that bit about Jermaine Jackson. Now, this record, tell me I'm not dreaming, was written by three guys. Michael Martian, a big producer. He co-wrote this song. He produced this record along with a guy named Jay Gruska. Gruska, I believe I pronounced his last name correctly. And another guy who wrote this song, Bruce Sudano. Bruce Sudano. And you're probably asking, Mr. Deejay, why are you getting so excited about Bruce Sudano? Who the hell is Bruce Sudano? Bruce Sudano, oh God. Bruce Sudano goes back to the 60s. He was a keyboard player. He played in some of the nightclubs in New York City. He became a protege of Tommy James. Tommy James and the Shondells. But let's cut to the chase. Bottom line, Bruce Sudano, he co-founded the group Alive and Kickin'. And they had that huge hit, Tighter and Tighter, in the summer of 1970. That song, by the way, was co-written by Tommy James, and Bob King wrote that song. Tommy James produced that record, Tighter and Tighter. Remember that? Yeah, I know you remember that one. Oh, baby, just a little bit tighter now, baby. Yeah, I love you so much that I can't go on, something like that. Bruce Dano was in that group, and Tommy James sang on that record too, sang background on that record. Bruce Sudano leads the group in 1972. Now, fast forward to the late 70s, we're getting into the disco era, 1977. Bruce Sudano teamed up with two or three other guys, and they formed a group called Brooklyn Dreams. Brooklyn Dreams. Now Bruce Sudano met Donna Summer in 1976, 1977. Bruce Sudano and Brooklyn Dreams team up with Donna Summer. They do Heaven Knows, a big disco hit. Yeah, I know you remember that song, Heaven Knows by Brooklyn Dreams and Donna Summer, early 1979. And Brooklyn Dreams, they teamed up. The group members of Brooklyn Dreams teamed up with Donna Summer, and they wrote Bad Girls. Of course, remember Bad Girls. Everybody remembers Bad Girls. Spring, summer of 1979. Bruce Sedano, Brooklyn Dreams. Doesn't that blow you away? Didn't that blow your mind, to paraphrase the Delphonics song? Bruce Adano and Alive and Kicking, and then 9 years later, he's going disco with Donna Summer. I mean, what can you say, baby? It's almost like poetic justice right there. Just the cosmos just came together, just put it all together, one nice piece. So now we got Bruce Adano, who wrote this song. He co-wrote this song, "Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming," by Jermaine and Michael Jackson. And that song comes in at number 6 on my fancy playlist of June the 4th, 1984.